Hey, this is Allison. So instead of my typical stop motions like I would normally do, I am actually going to be taking you on a little behind the scenes look of what goes on when I make stop motions. This will include the entire process, so the script making, the filming, the editing, and making of the thumbnail. So anyways, let's get started! So the first part of the process is the idea. I usually get ideas from experiences that I've had, or like fun stories, or like certain themes that I feel like would make a really good story. Once I have the idea set, I kind of just plan as I go along making the script. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So as you can probably tell, when I have the names of characters on the script, I usually abbreviate it to 2 or 3 letters. So for example, Nellie is N-E and Austin is A-U. Occasionally, if I'm feeling really ambitious, I'll make a little drawing or a storyboard. So when I've read over my script and it doesn't sound that bad, then I'll usually start filming. So I film on a Canon Rebel T7 and it's honestly worked wonders for my stop motions. I'm gonna be honest, I still don't know how it works too much. So it's not on the full manual, I have it on the aperture priority setting. I usually have the aspect ratio 16:9. I'll usually watch other things in the background while I film. So one day I was watching High School Musical and I watched all 3 movies, and then another day it was Rockstar 13 Studios. So some of you are wondering how I create thumbnails. So one of the things I do, I usually save a frame or 2 from the actual stop motion itself. Then I go over to Canva, which is where I make thumbnails. I upload some photos. I usually do multiple photos just in case I like one photo over another, or just to see what works best for the thumbnail. And because thumbnails are so small when you look at them, I usually blow up the saturation and the contrast and definitely the clarity, just so it looks very bright and bold and everybody can see it. I usually put text on the left hand side. At least with English speakers, you typically read from left to right, so this means that if you put it on the left side, the text is more visible, people are more likely to notice it. However, if I am feeling very ambitious and I'm I want to make a visually appealing thumbnail that just says wow, then what I'll usually do, so for this thumbnail, I had a lot of different layers of text, and Michelle is a layer as well, and there's a background. For very elaborate thumbnails like this, I typically take a picture of the character. For example, in this thumbnail I took a picture of Michelle, then I go into Paint, so Windows Paint 3D, and just get rid of all of the background around her. I know there are more professional ways of doing this, but this is just what works for me. So that is it. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to reach 200 subscribers before the end of June. This isn't a tutorial because I quite frankly have no idea what I'm doing, but hopefully you found this incredibly helpful, especially if you're somebody wanting to make agsms yourself. That is it, and as always, stay noise.